everybody, and welcome back for a new video. This time it's not gonna be factions. This time I'm just gonna go ahead and showcase. I don't know if you can call it showcase so much. Kind of an old cannon. But I was going to use it on royalty, and I looked at my YouTube and I said, "Oh, I don't really have one of those." So that was probably a good idea to release one of these. I'm not gonna release 20 chunk Sandbuster. I'm just gonna take like a normal, I don't know, maybe 10 chunks or something like that, and then if you guys want it to increase, you'll have to do it yourself. I'm not gonna go ahead and release a cannon that can get rid of a 20 chunk sand wall. That would just end up damaging myself, to be honest. But right here it is. This is the cannon, and it is kind of small. Of course, with the ticks right here, it's going to be kind of big, but it's right here. And it's fully automatic. That means you can press the button if you put this clock in, and will do everything yourself. But the basic of this cannon is that it gets rid of sand walls for you. So if somebody of one of your enemies have a sand wall, you can get rid of it like that. I especially do this if they have TNT detectors, and I know they have TNT detectors. Then I go ahead and do this to them every night, and at some point they stop using TNT detector magically. But basically that's kind of what it is. Of course, you can have this go 20 chunks. So if you have a base on the border that's 40 chunks, you can make it go 40 chunks as well if that's what you want, and it will absolutely destroy people's sand wall. And of course, we can put it on auto here as well, and we will be able to get rid of a sand wall that's 255 damn quick. The way it works is I'm gonna explain that in a second. But why I'm not gonna release a bigger cannon of this is because I'm kind of afraid of my own sand wall, to be honest, on royalty. Not to, yeah. But as you see, it does a lot of damage. So unless you know how to protect from this, it's gonna be quite hard to defend against this if you don't know how to. Of course, I'm going to show you how to defend against this as well. But basically, this is how it works. It's going to get rid of a sand wall so easy, and it takes out like a chunk every single time. And I'm going to show you how this works here in a second. I don't know when the sand wall is down. Maybe we should stop it now. Yeah, even though there's so many entities running right now, I might stop it. There we go. So basically, we almost got rid of a sand wall from 255 in a few shots, and that's basically because we're removing like one chunk every single time, or just around one chunk every single time. Well, of course, the length is more than one chunk, but the hole itself is kind of one chunk, as you saw in the video 2 seconds ago. But the way it works is kind of simple. So let's go ahead and fire this up again. Let's remove this one up here. There we go. So what it does first is it's basically the same as a reverse nuke. What it does, it stacks first. Come on. Oh yeah, I know why it didn't work. So what it does is that it go ahead and it stacks first. Stacks first and hybrid, and then the tunneler comes in. Right after the hybrid, the tunneler comes in, because then it is dry. You know, when this is falling, that is dry. Let's see if I can get this. See when this is okay. That didn't. Yeah, okay. So you saw that right there. That's because that is dry now. So when you put TNT into that right here, it's gonna blow. It's gonna blow up. Let's go ahead and put that back on. Yeah, that's fine. But that's basically how it works. So as soon as the hybrid shotgun comes in, you have a tunneler, which is right here. You're going to have that to shoot into the sand wall, and that way you'll be able to remove the sand wall damn quick. Already now, this is at, I don't know where this is at. It's at around Y109, and it was at 255. So only a few shots with this cannon here, and you basically removed most of the sand wall. Of course, if you can increase the length of this. Right now, it's not going to shoot that far, and that's because I don't want my sand wall to be blown up. And people that know how to add to it and this and stuff like that probably already know how to do this. But you see, it removes kind of a chunk every single time, or maybe that's 10 high or something like that. Oh, that's not going to work. That one right there is going to work. Let's go ahead and see. That's around here-ish. Yeah, right here. So let's go ahead and we can count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, so 11 blocks high. And of course, it all depends on how much power and nuke you have. If you can increase this, right now it's 6 long. You can increase that. You can go up to 10 long. I have one somewhere that can shoot 15 chunks, and I have someone that can shoot 20 chunks, 30 chunks, 40 chunks. It all depends on how far the sand wall is. But basically, this is what you use the cannon for, to get rid of somebody that uses raid detectors that I really hate when people do. So that's kind of what I used the cannon for. I had expecting that someone did it on Royalty, but I don't want to sit here and destroy somebody's sand wall like this if I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to wait a little bit with that, and then we'll see about it. But if people use raid detectors, go ahead and use this cannon here. Or you can make your own. Now you know the concept of it. Or you can download this schematic here down below, and you will probably be able to figure out how it works. But the guide here is kind of simple as well. You want your sand here. You want your sand here, and you want your nuke or the tunnel effect right here. It doesn't really matter if it goes here, it goes here, up here. It doesn't really matter as long as the hammer is above that, so you can stack and everything. But that's basically how you do that. I just like to use this right here, because if there's a hole, if there's a dry spot in a wall or something like that, so I can bypass that. I can just take this up and down, doesn't really matter. Or you can have it all the way up, it doesn't really affect anything. If you can take that down, go ahead and fire again, it should work. But that's basically how you do that. Of course, you have to tick your hammer twice, or sorry, your power twice, or it's not gonna work. But as you see, it got rid of it. But I would suggest you put this 2 down. That way it goes down to bedrock. That's kind of nice as well when it goes down to bedrock. Of course, you might actually clip on some if you have it on these settings. I just like to see the sandwall getting destroyed all the way down to bedrock. But of course, when you get further down, you see that when the sand sack starts to get here, then this is gonna get stuck on this one right here, because the sand is the hammer down. Let me see here. The hammer down goes right here. Then of course the nuke goes right here, and then it's of course not gonna work because it needs a dry spot to scatter it out. Then you can just raise this down here, raise it up, if that's what you want, and you'll be able to do that. But it's a very dangerous weapon. I can't really call it dangerous, but it's really annoying to patch up a sand wall after somebody do this. But there's going to be a schematic about it, and it is kind of small. I'm going to put the clock in as well. You can remove that, so it's kind of small, if you can say so. But the way you could protect against this, so if you have a normal sand ball that goes like this, of course you'll be able to scatter to the entire thing. Oops. So you want to prevent that. There's actually different ways you can do this. Either you can have one chunk of sand, put that right there, and of course you're going to have a sand wall next to it as well if you do this, so you can't bypass the sand wall and get out of your checkbox. So if they were shooting from here, then of course you can bypass this one little hole here and get into this sand wall. But then again, if somebody uses a cannon like this, they'd only be to scatter this out, because then they meet water right here. That's one way to do it. Another way to do it is pillars. You can do that as well. Pillars though is kind of annoying. I personally don't like pillars. I rather want to go with the technique right here, where you kind of have a cut in them like that, and maybe over here, something like that. So no matter what, you won't be able to just scatter the entire sand wall out. And if you cannon from here, you still have to cannon to one set of sand wall for your checkbox. But there's many ways to do it. I see people use pillars all the time. Pillars is good, then it doesn't get rid of that much of a sand wall. So that means if somebody shoots right here, then of course if you had a full sand wall, it's not going to get rid of all of it. It's only going to get rid of this one pillar here. But it's really up to you what you want to do. But I like using this one right here. But that is basically how you get rid of a sand wall damn quick. I know I haven't really been uploading cannon videos here. have a lot to do with the factions. But if you kind of missed that, missed the cannon thing there, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And remember, at 3k subs, that's kind of where I start releasing cannons again. Right now, I'm going to focus more on the faction series until I get to 3k subs. Then I have a lot of new cannons I want to show you guys that give reverse nuke and stuff like that. No, reverse nuke we already have, but reverse hybrid as well. And a lot of new stuff that I just feel like I need a little bit more support before I release those cannons. There's some of my private cannons as well that I really don't like releasing. I release cannons, but to be honest, I don't really release the best cannons. You can't really say it like that. Of course, I'm gonna release cannons that works 100% and stuff like that. But I do have cannons not on that list of downloads that I use. That I spent quite a lot of time on to do, and that's why I really don't want to release it for nothing. We can't really say nothing. You guys supported me so much, guys, and I want to thank you guys for that. And I did actually put up almost 100 Canon downloads right now. Put up a website so you guys will be able to figure it out easier by simply just clicking buttons to go to what Canon you want. But this is kind of just a little video here because I was about to see if somebody was using Raid Detectors. I was going to use this on them. But that is basically it. Of course, if you want to increase this one right here, you'll have to add power. Power is the main source because the tunneler. I'm pretty sure I explained this in the video, but if this one doesn't get fired fast enough to the wall, it's just gonna explode halfway, and you're not gonna get much. And that's why this cannon right here can only shoot just around right here. Okay, right here. Yeah, right here. So that means that you'll still be able to get rid of a quite big size of a of sandwall if that's what you need to do. But of course, if you wanna shoot like fucking 40 chunks, you will have to go ahead and put up the booster even further up. The power even longer. More TNT means further range, and that's basically how that goes. But I'll thank you guys for watching this video here, and if you liked it, always comment down below. And of course, like the video, sorry. And as always, if you have any issues with the cannon, issues with this, questions about this, something like that, go ahead and put a comment down below and I will try to answer you the best I can. But as always, guys, I am almost at 3k subs. Go sub to my channel, guys, and let's release some cannons.